What happens when raw aggression slams head first into unshakable discipline? Oh, let me tell you, it's a lesson these bikers won't forget anytime soon. Picture this: a breezy Saturday evening at a little park on the edge of Fairfield, Connecticut. The air's cool, the vibe's relaxed, families are scattered everywhere, kids are shouting and chasing soccer balls, and teens are sprawled on benches, earbuds in, thumbs flying over their phone screens. It's the kind of scene that feels safe, familiar, right? And there, under the sprawling branches of a tall oak tree, sits 16-year-old Michael, all by his lonesome. His younger brother, Jordan, is out there on the field, wrapping up soccer practice. And Michael, he's made a promise to his mom. He's waiting to walk Jordan home no matter what. Dressed sharp in a fitted black suit, a crisp white shirt, and polished black shoes. Seriously, who dresses like that for a park? He's flipping through a book, lost in his own world. But then, boom, the air cracks with the deep, guttural rumble of motorcycles. You know that sound, don't you? The kind that usually just fades into the background. A group of bikers cruising by, their engines roaring a little too loud for a quiet place like this. Michael doesn't even flinch, doesn't look up. Why would he? It's just noise, right? Except tonight, it's not. Tonight, something's off. The bikers don't just pass through like they're supposed to. No, they roll right into the park, parking their gleaming, growling machines near the soccer field. 5 of them, 5, step off, decked out in leather jackets and dark jeans, looking like they've walked straight out of some gritty movie. They're not laughing, not joking around like you'd expect. Instead, they're scanning the park with cold, predatory eyes, and guess who they zero in on? Michael. Like he's some kind of target. Can you believe it? Michael feels it too. He glances up, just a quick peek, and catches their stares. He's not the type to overreact, not one to jump to wild conclusions, but oh man, the way they're looking at him, it twists his stomach into a tiny knot. What's their deal? He shakes it off, forces his eyes back to his book, willing himself to stay cool. But staying calm? That's easier said than done when you've got 5 pairs of eyes boring into you like lasers. The bikers don't hang back by their bikes either. One of them, a burly guy with a shaved head, all muscle and menace, nudges his buddy, and they start walking straight toward Michael. And that's when the whole evening starts to tilt, like the ground's shifting beneath him. He doesn't see them at first, he feels them. The heavy thud of boots on the grass, the crunch of gravel under their soles. His heart's pounding now, a steady drumbeat in his chest. But when he looks up, there's the burly guy, flanked by 2 others, their faces blank but their intentions screaming loud and clear. They're moving with purpose, closing in fast, those leather boots grinding the path like they own it. Michael's mom's voice echoes in his head, steady, grounding, never let them see you sweat. Oh, how he clings to that right now. He dog-ears his page, sets the book down slow and deliberate, like he's got all the time in the world. But inside, his heart's racing a mile a minute. What are you doing here, kid? The burly man barks, his voice rough as sandpaper. Michael freezes for a split-second wait. What? His eyebrows scrunching in confusion. Waiting for my brother, he says, keeping it simple, polite, but firm. No shaking, no stammering. The man smirks, shooting a sly glance at his pals. This doesn't look like your kind of place, he says, his words dripping with something sharp, something unspoken but heavy. Michael's jaw tightens. Did he just say that? But he forces himself to stay cool. It's a public park. He fires back, locking eyes with the guy. Take that. The biker's smirk vanishes. Got a smart mouth, huh? He growls, stepping closer, too close. The other 2 fan out, forming a semicircle around Michael, boxing him in. Families are still milling around, kids giggling, parents chatting, but no one's noticing this storm brewing under the oak tree. Michael darts his eyes around. Come on, someone look over here. But the bikers picked their moment like pros. Everyone's glued to the soccer field where Jordan's game is winding down. His mind's spinning now. He's not scared, not yet. No way, but this is getting real, and he can feel it creeping up his spine. He's got years of karate training under his belt, hours of sweat, focus, discipline, and it's screaming at him now. Observe, anticipate, react. But fighting? That's the last resort, not the first move. Look, he says, voice steady as steel. I don't want any trouble. I'm just here for my brother. But does the burly guy back off? Nope. He leans in, his face inches from Michael's, way too close for comfort, and sneers. Trouble? Who said anything about trouble? It's a taunt, low and nasty, and Michael feels it, the weight of their stares, the challenge pulsing in their stance. His hands are loose on his knees, casual, but oh, he's ready. Ready for what, though? And then, bomb. The guy drops the real bomb. Maybe you should show us what you've got, he sneers, his buddies snickering behind him. Show them? Are you kidding me? Michael doesn't budge, doesn't blink. His hands stay put, calm as ever, but his eyes? They're locked on the burly man, reading every twitch, every shift. Years of practice have taught him how to size people up, posture, movements, even the way they breathe. And these guys, they're not here to chat. Oh no, they've got something darker in mind. The burly man leans closer, his shadow swallowing Michael whole. What's the matter, kid? You scared? He mocks, voice dripping with venom. Michael lets out a slow breath, scared, please, and doesn't bite. Fear's not the problem here. Time is. How long till Jordan's done? How long till someone notices this showdown? Leave him alone. A small voice cuts through the tension like a knife. Michael's head snaps to the side. Jordan, his little brother, all of 10 years old, stands a few yards off, sweaty from the game, eyes wide. What's he doing here? Jordan, stay back. Michael shouts, firm and fierce. But the bikers? They wheel around, grinning like wolves spotting a lamb. This, your brother? One of them asks, jabbing a gloved finger at Jordan. Maybe we should teach you both a lesson. Michael's pulse spikes, not fear. Oh no, this is resolve, pure and blazing. He rises slow, deliberate, eyes never leaving the group. His feet shift, planting into that dojo stance he's drilled 1,000 times. Don't touch him, he says, voice calm but sharp as a blade. The burly man laughs, shaking his head. Look at this guy, thinks he's tough. The others join in, their cackles bouncing across the park. But Michael? He's a rock. No wobble, no flicker in his face, no shift in his stance. His silence? It's rattling them more than he knows. You're not going to do anything, one biker snaps, stepping up. And that's when Michael speaks, low and deadly. You don't want to do this. The laughter dies. They glance at each other, wait. What did he just say, thrown off by the steel in his tone? But that pause? It's gone in a flash. The burly man lunges, hand raised to shove Michael hard. But what happens next? Oh, it's lightning fast, a blur even the bikers can't process, but Michael's ready. The guy's hand flies toward his shoulder, but Michael shifts smooth as silk, precise as a surgeon, and the biker stumbles, off balance. Michael doesn't hesitate. In one fluid move, he steps in, palm striking the man's wrist, twisting it away. The biker grunts, ouch, hand dropping as he staggers back, eyes blazing with rage. What the... He starts, but Michael cuts him off. I warned you, he says, calm but unyielding. The other two charge seriously. They didn't learn, and the first swings a wild punch. Michael ducks, easy as breathing, and snaps a kick to the guy's knee. Down he goes, crying out, take that. The second hesitates just a heartbeat, but it's enough. Michael pivots, spins, and lands a kick to the ribs, bomb, knocking the wind clean out of him. He's reeling, clutching his side. By now, the burly leader's back, face red as a beet, swinging fists like a barroom brawler. But Michael? He's not playing that game. He dances light on his feet, dodging every blow with agility that's pure art, years of training shining through. A crowd's forming, now parents, kids, even soccer players gaping as someone whips out a phone, filming every second. The leader charges again, grabbing for Michael's jacket, but Michael twists free too fast and strikes precise and hard right to the solar plexus. The biker gasps, stumbling back, tough guy mask cracking. Enough! Enough! Michael booms, voice ringing out. He's steady, strong, but there's no hate in his eyes, just resolve. I don't want to hurt you. Walk away! And for a second, it looks like they might listen. The leader's wheezing, glaring. The others are down, one gripping his knee, the other his ribs. The air's thick. Will they back off? Let's go. The leader growls, waving his crew off. They limp to their bikes, cursing under their breath, engines snarling to life. But as they peel out, the leader twists back, pointing. This ain't over, kid, he spits. Michael doesn't flinch, just stands there, breathing steady as the roar fades. The crowd erupts clapping, whispering awed by what they've seen. Jordan races over, eyes huge. Michael, you okay? He gasps. Michael kneels, smiles soft. I'm fine, buddy. Let's go home. But deep down, he knows this might not be the end, not yet. Let's go. The biker leader finally snarled, his voice a low, guttural growl that sent chills down the spine. Can you imagine hearing that? He waved at his buddies, defeated and fuming, to follow him. They limped back to their bikes. Oh, how the mighty had fallen, muttering curses under their breath, their pride bruised as badly as their bodies. The engines roared to life, a deafening rumble shaking the evening air. But just as they started to peel out, the leader twisted around, jabbing a meaty finger at Michael. This ain't over, kid. He spat, his words dripping with venom before he gunned it and roared off with his crew. Michael? He didn't even blink. He just stood there, chest rising and falling, steady as a metronome, watching those taillights vanish into the dusk. The sound of their engines faded, swallowed by the distance, and around him, the crowd erupted clapping, gasping, whispers of "Did you see that?" And who is this kid rippling through like wildfire? Jordan bolted over, his little legs pumping, eyes huge with a wild mix of fear and awe. Can you picture that look? Michael, are you okay? He stammered, voice quivering like a leaf in the wind. Michael dropped to one knee, such a big brother move, and rested a steady hand on Jordan's shoulder. I'm fine, he said, flashing a small, warm smile that could melt any worry. Let's go home. But as they turned to leave, Michael's mind was buzzing. Oh, that nagging feeling. This wasn't over, was it? Not by a long shot. Something about that biker's threat clung to him like a shadow he couldn't shake. They walked home in silence, sneakers tapping softly against the sidewalk. Tap, tap, tap like a quiet heartbeat. Jordan kept stealing glances at his big brother, his face a tangle of wonder and worry. How could he not? Finally, he couldn't hold it in anymore. Michael, he whispered, voice so soft it barely broke the air. How did you do all that? I mean, they were huge, and there were 3 of them. Michael let out a soft chuckle. Can you hear that gentle sound? Shaking his head like it was no big deal. It's not about being bigger, Jordan, he said, his tone steady and wise. It's about being prepared, staying calm, cool as ice, and knowing when to act. That's the trick. Jordan's brow furrowed. Wait, what? And he frowned. But what if they come back? That guy said it wasn't over. Michael stopped dead in his tracks, turning to face his little brother with a look that could anchor a ship. If they do, we'll handle it together. But listen up, Jordan, he said, voice dropping serious and strong. What happened today? It wasn't about fighting, not really. It was about standing up for me, for you. But violence? That's not the answer unless it's the only way out. Jordan nodded slow, soaking in every word like a sponge. Michael gave his shoulder a reassuring squeeze. Feel that strength? And added, remember this, okay? It's not about proving how tough you are. It's about knowing your worth, your real worth, and never letting anyone rip that away from you. When they rolled up to the house, there she was, their mom, waiting on the porch, arms crossed tight, worry etched deep in her face. "You're late," she snapped, her voice trembling with that mom edge of concern. "Don't you know that tone?" Michael hesitated, flicking a glance at Jordan, who stayed mum. "Something happened at the park," he admitted, picking his words like he was stepping through a minefield. He didn't want to freak her out, oh no, but he couldn't lie either. Honesty was his thing. As he spilled the story, every tense moment, every kick, every stand, her face shifted. Fear melted into pride. Can you see it? Her lips pressing tight, but her eyes, they sparkled with emotion, glistening like she might cry. "Michael," she said when he wrapped up, her voice soft but fierce, "I'm so proud of you for protecting your brother and yourself, my brave boy. But promise me something, okay? Don't ever take risks like that unless there's no other choice." "I promise," Michael shot back, and oh, he meant it, every syllable. That night, sprawled in bed, he replayed it all, the bikers' snarling aggression, the crowd's stunned cheers, that lingering growl, "This ain't over, kid." But scared? No way! He'd figured out ages ago that fear only wins if you let it in. Instead, a quiet fire burned in him, purpose, pure and strong. The world's a messy place, unfair, brutal sometimes, but moments like this, they scream that courage and discipline can shift the tide. Deep down, he knew this wasn't just some test of his karate chops, no sir. It was a blazing reminder, standing up to wrong, no matter how scary, is always worth it. Michael's story? It's a heart-pounding shout of resilience, preparation, and knowing when to plant your feet and say, "Not today." His cool-headed grit in the face of chaos, wow, shows us true strength isn't about muscles or loud threats. It's about knowing who you are and acting with guts and honor. Heck, yeah. If this tale lit a spark in you, did it? Pause and think, how can you stand tall for yourself or someone else when the going gets tough? And here's the kicker. Courage isn't about dodging fear, it's about staring it down and doing what's right anyway. So don't sleep on this, hit that like button, share this with someone who needs a jolt of their own inner fire, and subscribe for more stories that'll lift you up. Because sometimes the quietest souls like Michael's pack the mightiest punch. Oh, let me tell you what this story stirs in me. It's a blazing wake-up call about the power of standing tall in a world that's too quick to shove you down. Michael's lifestyle, that quiet discipline he's carved out with years of karate and a rock-solid moral compass, hits me right in the gut. It's not just about throwing punches. It's about living with purpose, with guts, and refusing to let chaos dictate who you are. I'm in awe of that, seriously. How many of us could keep our cool with 3 leather-clad bullies breathing down our necks? That's the kind of strength I crave in my own life. A reminder to prep for the storms, not just drift through the calm. And the social vibes here? They scream a truth we can't ignore. Aggression's loud, but discipline's louder. Society's obsessed with flexing power size, noise, intimidation, but Michael flips that on its head. He's not some brash hotshot. He's a kid in a suit, reading a book, protecting his brother with a calm that cuts deeper than any shout. It's a slap in the face to the might, makes right nonsense we see too often on the streets, online, everywhere. I'm fired up, thinking about how we need more of this, more people who know their worth and don't need to prove it with fists or swagger. What gets me most, though, that lingering threat, this ain't over, because isn't that life? Trouble doesn't just vanish, it lurks, tests you again. But Michael's not scared, and I say, neither should we be. Let's live bold, rooted in integrity, ready to face whatever rolls in. That's the heartbeat of a life worth living. Bring it on.